I remember the time where I started looking into the concept of charisma. I had discovered this channel called Charisma on Command, and I saw a lot of tips and tricks on how to enhance your charisma, on how to become more authentic and confident and stuff like that. So I started implementing them in my day to day life, and my outer social experience got better, but my inner experience got even worse because I didn't understand how other people manage to do it so naturally, whereas for me it was always a struggle. I had to put in a lot of effort. I ended up feeling tired and overwhelmed oftentimes, and I didn't even get the results I wanted. The mistake I made was that in my mind I translated charisma into the idea of being like that 24/7 around every single person I encountered. So I became extremely aware of how much charisma and, this nice energy I put out there in every single interaction in comparison with other people. And that's such an unfair thing to do. It's just like the concept of social media. You see the posts of people in their enhanced 0.1% part of their life, which is completely unrealistic and unsustainable to carry on for the rest of your day. Like, that's just such a tiny portion of the entire life they live. And in this case, it's just like that. People are not able to be that charismatic 24/7, to put up all that social energy and nice vibes every single time. They feel bad sometimes. Maybe they feel bad all the time. Actually, some people are able to show happiness all the time, although inside their minds and inside their bodies, they're not feeling that well. I remember a theory from Chris Williamson, I think. Something like the amount of happiness one shows is inversely proportional to the amount of happiness they feel inside their bodies. I'm not really sure if this is from his podcast or from somebody else's, but you get my point anyway. Now I can see how big of a mistake that was and the horrible effects it had on my life. And hopefully you see that as well. You see, when you put all that pressure on you, on your social performances, you become extremely aware of everything that goes around you. And inevitably, you will start the inner criticism and the inner monologues, and that just snowballs into social anxiety. Your social experience diminishes massively, and people cannot be attracted to you in that state because you carry on this negative energy all the time. And they can sense that. They don't want to be around such a person that doesn't feel good in their own skin, first of all. You also start these bad social behaviors, these bad social habits, like creating hierarchies. You see persons on the street and you're like, oh, this guy is cooler than me. So you start acting needy and you overthink. Or you see a person and you're like, this guy is a loser. So you start acting arrogant. And that's extremely detrimental. I always say this, all your social problems arise from the fact that you are not grounded in your authentic self. Because when you are, all these thoughts just go away. So stop putting all that pressure on you. Start being more relaxed, it's fine. Like, your bar is currently so high that no person in history would be able to reach it. Imagine the most charismatic person you've ever met. They are not able to be like that 24/7. They are not able to reach your bar of what's acceptable. They feel bad sometimes. They don't feel like being charismatic all the time. They don't feel like putting these nice social vibes all the time. And you should not force yourself to be like that either. You should give yourself permission to not show that version of you all the time. It's fine if you don't feel like it. Just let it come. Don't force it. Because if you force it, it's fake. It only gets worse. Like, I give you my permission to be like that, to not show your best self every single time. It's fine. So stop judging yourself so harshly. And ultimately, also stop caring about the results of social interactions. Because that's the only way you will ever be able to have nice social connections, to create these memories, when you don't care about the outcome. And that's a great indicator for you being authentic. Look, only inauthentic people compare themselves to others. Because authenticity is unique. It cannot be compared. Authenticity is binary. You are either authentic or not. And authenticity is tailored to you. No one else can do what you can do. No one else can be you better than you can be you. The state of authenticity is indeed the ultimate goal. But it's not like a switch, it's a really tough process, it's an iterative process, and it's impossible to reach an overnight success from 0 to 100. It's impossible to see these results instantly. I'm not here to sell you fake hopes. This is the reality. It takes a long period of time, but you can see progress from one day to another, but it's gonna be small. So you have to appreciate it and celebrate it every single time you realize that you are more authentic, you are more relaxed. Now, my videos will always be here to guide you, and you will be able to reach it if you stay consistent.